Feeling the love. According to Wikipedia, a motorcycle, often called a motorbike, bike, cycle, or trike, is a 2- or 3-wheeled motor vehicle. Motorcycle design varies greatly to suit a range of different purposes: long distance travel, commuting, cruising, sport, and off-road riding. They are made up of cold metal, electronic components, some chrome depending on the bike, and rubber, all of which house an internal combustion engine or electric engine, depending on which bike it is. Essentially, they're lifeless. Automobiles were around, but Henry Ford still hadn't done his thing yet with the assembly line, so they were still pretty expensive. So, how is it that motorcycles can evoke such passion, such love, to the point where a lot of bikers that I know will give up a lot of other things in order to be able to keep riding and or keep their bike? Do you have a connection to your motorcycle? I know I do, and I think quantum physics might be involved. Hear me out. For those that don't know me, my name is Dawn, aka Irish Bob's sister, and I've been working in motorcycle dealerships for nearly 15 years. And I've been riding pretty much ever since the age of 5. First, it started off with horses and bicycles, and then dirt bikes, and now, of course, Harley-Davidson. Has a friend of yours ever seen a group of bikers, maybe at bike night somewhere, and they told you that they thought that those bikers were nothing but a bunch of lowlifes? But there was this one guy that looked kind of familiar to them, couldn't quite place him, and they kept staring at him. He eventually came over and said hi to your friend, and then your friend realized that it was their doctor. And when she told you this, you were like, "Doug's your doctor? I thought he was just some guy that rode a road glide." What can doctors, pharmacists, scientists, lawyers, what could any of those people have anything to do with bikers? I think it's pretty simple. We've all struck on the same chord. In my house growing up, we had a baby grand piano that my parents forced me to play. Piano lessons. Hated it then. Now I'm fortunate for it. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Appreciate it. Of course, sometimes that piano needed to be tuned, so they'd have a piano tuner come over to the house, and he would bring with him a set of tuning forks. And you would strike a tuning fork, and if you put that tuning fork close enough to another tuning fork, they'll vibrate. There is a connection, even though they're not physically touching, because they are on that same frequency. Do you see where I'm going with this? Essentially, like with the tuning forks, humans put out into the universe their own tone. And when somebody within that same area feels or hears that tone, they respond. Back to that cold, lifeless hunk of steel and parts that we call motorcycles. You start it up. Fuel fills the cylinders, the spark ignites the fuel, causing a mini explosion, releasing power and energy. And then the exhaust clears away and it repeats all over again. Or the electrical current goes from the battery to the motor, through all the wires, and it brings the motorcycles to life. Both bikes produce vibrations and tones that are felt by many who are on that same frequency. Now, some people think that things happen to them or for them. The external forces that make up our reality, and his actions over there don't have anything to do with me. And anything that comes along to challenge that reality is met with some resistance, like say a bunch of bikers showing up somewhere. I'd say it's quite the opposite, and bikers instinctually know this. In quantum physics, the smallest particles are studied. They make up everything. You, me, my computer and microphone that are recording this video, my dogs, your cat, the universe, and yes, our motorcycles. These small particles combine together to form atoms, atoms combine together to form molecules. Molecules make up matter. And matter is energy on a frequency attracting others with that same frequency. That's why I think that when I'm riding my motorcycle, space and time as you know it cease to exist for me. The energy that my bike puts out and goes through me is me. And the same is true for a lot of other people that I know. That's why bikers love our motorcycles so much. Everything is energy. We are all connected through that energy. We create our own reality. It's true. And that is quantum physics at work. What are your thoughts on this? Do you feel more of a connection to someone who's on your same wavelength? Do you feel a deep love or passion for your motorcycle and or motorcycling? Or is it all outside and none of it is connected at all? Drop me a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are. While you're there, if this video resonated with you, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. And if you're on the same wavelength as I am, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. Click that bell if you want to be notified when I upload new content. Until next week, guys, I hope that all of your energies are positive. In the meantime, please stay safe, be kind to one another, even if they're not on your same frequency. Ride when you can and have fun.